A house of worship is now for the moment being called a crime scene. The only people for the most part going in and out are investigators.
The FBI will be handling the criminal investigation on this incident.
Heavily armed officers gather outside the scene of a multiple shooting that took place inside and outside of Oak Creek's Sikh Temple of Wisconsin.
We're treating this as a domestic terrorist type incident, and therefore the FBI has the resources needed to help investigate that.
Law enforcement received multiple 911 calls around 10:25 Sunday morning. Police say a 20-year veteran of the Oak Creek Police Department exchanged fire with a shooter. The officer was struck multiple times, and the gunman later died from another officer's fire.
We are grateful for the heroic actions of one of our officers, two of our officers, who made a very dangerous situation a little bit better and probably saved lives.
Flight for Life took to the air, and family members gathered on the ground, desperately trying to contact loved ones who could be inside.
I called on his phone. That somebody else answered the phone that he got shot.
Somebody just called me from inside. My kids are inside.
Some were contacted by panicked relatives inside the temple, hiding in a pantry or closet, warning worshipers about the violence.
Yeah, they called us. They called us not to come into Gurdwara, not to come to church.
At least 10 were shot, 7 were killed, including the shooter, as dozens watch and wait and hope their loved ones can make it through this terrible scene.
The city of Oak Creek is outraged by the senseless act of violence that happened in our city today.
I was walking home from Summerfest.
July 6th of last year, a UWM student and his then girlfriend were approached from behind near the intersection of Holton and Center.
By a man in a mask asking for my wallet. I was kind of in shock at the time, just said, "What?"
Police reports say the man grabbed the pocket of Sam Took.
I was a victim in an attempted robbery, and I mean, when it happened, obviously I was scared.
Took says the man saw a squad car and ran off, disappearing into a neighboring yard. The case would reappear in headlines more than a year later. The suspect was 22-year-old Derek Williams, seen taking some of his final breaths inside a Milwaukee police squad car. His gasps for help ignored by officers believing he was faking. He later died from complications from sickle cell. The manner of death, once called natural causes, was recently changed to homicide by medical examiners.
Seeing the video, I mean, it was sickening really watching it. I mean, it's just sad, really.
Until the police video was released, Took never got a glimpse of what happened after Williams ran off. He says he appreciates the quick police response preventing the robbery.
At the end of the day, they could have possibly saved my life.
While Took is called a victim in the police report, he offers sympathy for the man accused of trying to rob him, labeled a suspect.
He was definitely a victim too. I think watching what I saw, it seems that he needed help and he didn't get it. So I think he would be a victim also.
In an exclusive interview, Milwaukee Police Chief Ed Flynn told Fox 6 his officers should have responded more quickly to Williams' health concerns. He added police procedures have already been changed following the reopening of this case. The shattered remains of glass followed the shattering of lives at the intersection of 27th and St. Paul. New Year's Day, signs of a double fatal collision remained. Police say the driver of the striking car was drunk. Sir, can you talk to us about what happened? We visited the listed home of the 17-year-old suspected of causing the collision. We're just trying to get the driver's side of things. If you have a moment, we'd really appreciate speaking with you. Because the teen is yet to be charged, we're not identifying family members.
They don't want to make any comments right now.
Is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of the driver?
That's my nephew, and I know he didn't mean to do it.
Police say the 17-year-old's vehicle sped through this intersection, hit the median, went airborne, and collided with the car stopped at a traffic light. 2 inside that vehicle died at the scene.
I know my cousin, and I know he feels bad. I can't even imagine what's going through his head.
Family members say after the impact, the 17-year-old went to a nearby relative's house. He was arrested there, but a cousin says he had no recollection of the fatal crash.
I feel sorry for, that they had, their families going through that too. And he made a bad decision, but our family's dealing with it too.
Our prayers go out with them, just like our prayers are with my nephew too.
What's going to happen with your nephew?
I don't know. We don't know.
According to online court records, the 17-year-old was cited for being a minor in possession of alcohol this past summer, but he has no adult criminal record. Charges could be filed as early as tomorrow.